Just briefly, we got a call from regular listener Chloe from Canada recently, and defending, although she is very strongly feels it's appropriate to curtail our freedom and liberty, wanted to make the argument that fluorescent light bulbs were very problematic. Now, I am perfectly willing to accept the argument that fluorescent light bulbs are, or that any product is bad for you and should not be replacing products that are not bad for you. That, to me, is not even a libertarian argument. That's just, you don't want products that are unhealthy for people. But, and she argued that there's been studies showing that these fluorescent lights that we sit under here in this office create something called dirty electricity, which can cause, allegedly, a variety of health problems. Now, I'm just reading this off of a site called Science-Based Medicine. And the links that they've pointed to seem pretty legit. And this story, you know, I just wanted to push back on this. Much of this claim comes from one Canadian researcher, Dr. Magda Havas. She appears to be a lone dissenting voice. This guy points to most of the articles on the subject to say some experts say electromagnetic radiation is safe, but some say that it's causing health problems. Inevitably, it is Magda Havas who is always quoted saying it causes health problems. She is now talking to the media about type 3 diabetes as if it's an approved and accepted entity. She claims that exposure to electromagnetic radiation, including CFLs, can increase blood sugar. Her evidence is one published study, which is nothing more than a case series of 4 patients. Case reports and case series are generally considered to be the weakest form of scientific medical evidence. They're one notch above anecdotes. The WHO recently reviewed the literature of non-ionizing radiation and found scientific knowledge in this area is now more extensive than for most chemicals. Based on a recent in-depth review of the scientific literature, the World Health Organization concluded the current evidence does not confirm the existence of any health consequences from exposure to low-level electromagnetic fields. There is, however, some gaps in knowledge about biological effects exist and need further research. These fields fall off sharply with distance. Even after a couple of feet, the EMF put out by light bulbs falls to a tiny by many orders of magnitude to be negligible. He goes on to also talk about the supposed fears about mercury in fluorescent light bulb. He says, even if a light bulb is broken, the exposure to mercury is negligible, far less than eating a tuna fish sandwich. Now, with that said, pregnant women are told not to eat tuna fish. The EPA, someone sent me, does have very specific instructions on how to clean up after a mercury light bulb, or I should say a fluorescent light bulb with mercury breaks. But only about 30% of the mercury in a CFL is released as a vapor after breaking, and this occurs over a 4-day period, which is why you should clean it up quickly and carefully. But the amount of mercury we're talking about is negligible. I wouldn't put a young child next to it. But I also, if an incandescent light bulb breaks, I also don't put a young child next to it because they're going to get a splinter. So just be careful about so-called scientific information that floats around on the web, particularly when there is a big agenda by people to make this some type of issue about freedom. Because then it just spreads like wildfire so they can, put you in the FEMA camps and then break all the fluorescent light bulbs that are possible there. That's the plan, of course.